Hello, my name is Rama Inza, and today we are going to elucidate on how taking even 2 slower conscious breaths throughout your day can help you to reduce stress. And then I started thinking, well, before we start talking about it and breaking it all down, it would be really cool for us to actually experience what it feels like by taking a couple of breaths together. How's that sound? Okay, well, let's go ahead and do it. Ready? In. And out. In. And out. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so what just happened there? Because it's really easy to think 2 breaths, what does that even matter? How can that help in my daily life? It's just a tiny thing. But in reality, your breath is one of the quickest ways you have of changing your physiology. So affecting your stress levels. It's not through our thoughts, it's not through our external circumstances, but it is through the body. And your body is what you're experiencing all of your life through. When you slow your breath down for even just 2 cycles, it sends a signal to your nervous system that says, hey, we're safe, we can relax. When that signal hits, a few things begin to happen almost immediately. Your heart rate begins to slow down. Your blood pressure can begin to lower. Cortisol levels, you know, that stress hormone coursing through your body, that begins to lower. And that chatter that you have going in the back of your head constantly, even that can begin to soften. Okay, this isn't because you've fixed your thoughts, but it is because you've changed the state your thoughts are happening in. And I feel like this is one of those things that most of us miss because we're all trying to think our ways out of stress. But stress is physiological first, so we have to meet it in the body. Now, this idea of using the breath to change our states isn't a new concept that's just burst out on the scenes. We get exposure to it on TikTok with different influencers, but this has been around for literally thousands of years. For example, in yoga, the practice of pranayama is using breath control to change our physiological states. Another one, the ancient Egyptians believed that the breath was the gateway between the spirit and the body and the physiology. So they were using breath practices for millennia before. So fast forward to today, and we have science that can prove all of this. We can literally measure how the breath affects the heart rate variability, our hormones coursing throughout our body and the changes, and our mental activity. So what they were experiencing and teaching back then, we can literally prove with science now. So here's the thing about these 2 breaths, because a lot of us, I know I've fallen into this trap in the past, would imagine that, you know, to really begin dealing with our stress and changing our lives, we need to do that hour worth of yoga, or we need to be able to set time aside and you know, meditate for 20 minutes, or do our journaling, or have that perfect morning routine. And that's how we're really going to start getting our life back on track. But, you know, it can really be as simple as these 2 breaths that you start incorporating throughout your day organically that begins changing the level of stress. 2 breaths can interrupt a stress response. 2 breaths can create just enough space to choose something different. 2 breaths can shift the entire tone of what comes next. So I also want to comment that, you know, if you're taking 2 breaths isn't the limit. So if you're taking 2 breaths and it feels yummy and good and you feel like you're getting something out of it, please feel free to take another breath or take several breaths and just hang out there. Allow yourself that little extra pause. Likewise, if you've only got time for 2 breaths or only have the patience for 2 breaths, by all means, use the 2 breaths. Do it frequently. Get in the habit of taking just those 2 breaths before a stressor, in the middle of a stressor, after a stressor. Now, is this going to solve everything? No, absolutely not. But it is enough to start subtly changing the direction. And most of the times, it's really all we need. So, the next time you feel it coming on, that tension, that overwhelm, that spiral, don't overthink it. Just take 2 breaths. Hey, thank you so much for watching this. If you liked it, if it was of value to you, please like and subscribe. If you would like to get more in-depth information on some of this, you can purchase my book, Stop Overthinking It. It is available on Amazon. Ciao.